Hi and welcome, fellow travelers on the web. I wanted to show you all what I'm going to say, completed forest dragon. And again, I've made a couple of videos about this miniature, and it's been a process. I think it's taken a total of I don't know, 3 or 4 days to kind of get this miniature sort of in a place where I can call it done. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out. That was not the case if you've watched some of the other videos during the process. It was a little bit of a challenge and required some pivoting, required some sort of offline work to try to get it to where it needs to be. But, it's a remarkably nice miniature, and I'm thankful that I was able to, in my mind, do it justice. This is from the really amazing, talented, wonderful people at Spellcrow, and it's for their 10mm game. The game is called Argatoria, I think, and this is called the Forest Dragon. It's a resin miniature, so you can even tell it's quite light in my hands. But it was not easy to put together, and I didn't take a video of the assembly process, and kind of jokingly, like I said in another video, in the interest of keeping this a family-friendly channel. But yeah, the goal for me was to create a green dragon, forest dragon green, but kind of a gold, kind of shimmery look, and with a variety of washes, metallic paints, tears, time, and profanity. I think I got it to look pretty good. It looks like a battle-worn green dragon. The scales are green but shimmery. One effect that I really like is the way that on the edges of these scales, you see how it's almost like a patinaed effect, like a verdigris. You can kind of see that here. So each individual armored scale, the length of the dragon is kind of highlighted, and that gives it a great, I think, depth. Yeah, just a beautiful miniature. You can see the eyes are finished, the tongue, and then here's how I did the base. Really pretty. And the two colors I used are these. The base color, kind of like what you see on the edge of the base here, is this. This is burnt sienna from Liquitex. It's a heavy body paint, so it's very thick, and you can kind of see it here. And then for the highlight color, the kind of like that white color was just unbleached titanium from Liquitex. Not traditional hobby paints. They are thick-bodied paints. They are for canvas work, but kind of useful whenever you just need to apply a large quantity of paint. Now, so the paint is on the miniature, it's on the base, and it has been drying for a little while. So the miniature is dry to the touch everywhere. I'm going to let it dry another day, and then I have kind of like a unique way to varnish or finish the miniatures, and I can show you that on some different miniatures, but it has worked very well for me, kind of like a holdover from my panel and canvas days. But yeah, I love this miniature. The dragon, it's just an amazing, beautiful miniature. The scale is just remarkable. I know what you're thinking. This is a tiny little dragon, but compare the dragon to the Bretonnian peasants in 10mm for Warmaster we were working on, and you can see kind of what that is. And I really got to get these Bretonnian peasants finished too, but you can see this dragon just sort of like towering over these poor peasants. And not that these peasants would ever even attempt a morale check whenever a dragon was within the vicinity, but you can see that the scale is just so amazing. I mean, it looks so wonderful. And I thought what I would do is to try to give this miniature the respect it deserves. Is I want to show it to y'all in in kind of a variety of thematic scenes, and then we can talk about each of those. You know, I love making terrain. I love making kind of those thematic like tabletop scenes, and then that's what we'll do. So if you give me a moment, I'm going to set up a few things, and then I'll show you two different scenes for this beautiful dragon. Okay, give me a moment. Okay, here we are. So this is that little hill that I told y'all about, or I showed y'all in a couple of videos. Just a piece of 3D printed terrain, you know, really nicely made and very sturdy actually. And so this was the original concept for the dragon, which is a lot of the reason why I painted the base this way. So the original idea was to take that hill and put this beautiful dragon on top of it, and look at that effect. You see this beautiful dragon just rising up from that hill, you know, and so really pretty, really beautiful dragon. It's such a cool effect, but you know, there's a lot of different options to make this even more interesting. And so that's certainly one way to do it. And then look though, you can have this dragon fighting another dragon, and look at this. This of course is the classic wyvern from Ralpartha. Such an amazing miniature. I still need to work on this quite a bit. As you can see, I'm trying to do a water base on this, and that's going to need a little bit more work, a little bit more highlighting. But look, you can see these two dragons kind of like, you know, doing battle right here. So that's an amazing scene. I have one other for you though, and we can throw this back there too. Here's a little piece of 3D printed terrain, kind of fills out the scene. But let's do something completely different. So we're gonna remove that. We're gonna remove that, and then let's remove this dragon, wyvern rather, and look what I have here. How pretty. Yeah, I love making terrain. I love making scenery. And so this is a 6mm scale castle, really pretty, really beautiful. It's 3D printed. So I really enjoyed making this on a plastic base. You can see some trees, some rocks and stuff, but I had this cool idea of what if we did this, okay, and then we had this dragon, our forest dragon. Just look at that, look at that, look how amazing that looks. You can see that dragon just surging over there, just attacking that fortress, I guess. So what an amazing scene. And it just shows you that you have a lot of like creativity, a lot of opportunity for creativity when it comes to miniatures and miniature painting. And you know, that's the thing I really enjoy about the hobby. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this kind of long, sometimes boring, sometimes painful journey of the forest dragon from Spellcrow. There are many long, man, look at that. Look how cool that looks. It's almost like we're a bird and we're flying over this castle. And then, wow, look at that dragon. You know, insert ominous dragon noises. So, you know, so I hope you enjoyed this long, sometimes boring journey for the Spellcrow forest dragon. Such an amazing miniature. Highly recommend it. Not easy to put together, stressful to paint, but just really satisfying when it's all said and done. And like I was saying before I lost my train of thought, there will be many more boring, arduous journeys, but I hope that all of them end up as fun and interesting as this. Okay, guys, take care. I hope you enjoyed this, and hope you are blessed, safe, and healthy wherever you may be. Take care. Bye.